Thank you, David. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Kim. Thank all of you for being here today. The synchronicity of life is flowing, and there's more weaving yet to be done today with the wings of the eagle and the belief and mental equivalent. That's the topic for today, mental equivalent. I was looking at the Science of Mind magazine this morning for June, and as I often do, flip to the next page to see what's going to happen tomorrow. And Monday's message is mental equivalent. And there is no accident. Everything in the mind of God is equal. Mental equivalent, the equalness, the wholeness, the oneness. Now don't confuse that with the individualized expression of the personality. Because here in our expression, we're not equal in that sense that we're all the same. That would be boring. Really, really boring if you were all just like me. Then there would be nothing for me to talk about. So we're each unique in our individualized expression. To the degree at which we equate ourselves with the mind of God will be the degree in which our life experience manifests, demonstrates, and shows up. So I would simply begin by asking you, where is your thought? Where is your connection? Where is your equivalence with the mind of God today? Because where that is will determine where you will be tomorrow. For you are ever becoming more and more each and every day. Isn't that exciting? It never ends. Every day you're becoming even more and more. How beautiful that is. We had a great experience here Friday evening. We had our annual members meeting in which we came together to gather and recognize and acknowledge who we are as a center for spiritual living. And the chair of our core council, our leadership team, Paul Heater, brought forth a description of membership in a way that I think I've been trying to talk about, but I hadn't quite put it in the same words that he did. And I loved it so much that I want to share it with you, because we've been talking about membership and that idea of numbers. How do we get more numbers? How do we get more bodies in the chair? How do we, increase all of this? And we've been visioning on this. We've been doing our affirmative prayer about this. We've been doing all sorts of meditation around this. We've been trying to look at how do we increase our numbers, and all the while it's been happening and we haven't really perceived it in this way. Because what we think and what God delivers us are often two different things. So what shows up is that we have these incredible groups that are sharing within our center. We have spiritual cinema, which I think we might have left out of the announcements, but check our calendar. Reverend Kate does the spiritual cinema once a month. We have Tai Chi, and there's a number of people that are participating in the Tai Chi. We have chanting and meditation with David Trujillo, which is about to celebrate their second anniversary. 2 years we've been chanting and meditating. We have the Abraham Hicks group that meets here and celebrates here. We now have the Insight Community of the Desert, a Buddhist group that is meeting here on Sunday afternoon that is sharing with that. if we look at all of these as our members, we're probably 250 members. Yeah, and if they all showed up on Sunday, there wouldn't be room. You know? So, you know, there's different perspective of how we look at what is our membership. How are we showing up? Find that place that works for you. Right, whole, perfect, and complete. And that's where you show up. That's where you begin to become engaged, connected, vision, inspired, being a part of who we are. Now we have a level that we're beginning to recognize that I kind of speak to and call as the owners. These are the people that own the place. These are the ones that truly show up and give of their time, their talent, and their treasure. They're here all the time, most of the time. They are here and volunteering in more than one capacity. They're showing up at so many events and so many places and doing so much. And they're like on the top of our list of people who pledge and donate and give of their treasure in incredible ways. These are the real owners of the Center for Spiritual Living. So it's kind of like a timeshare. You know, you can purchase a day or an hour. You know, you can submit, you know, for a week, or you could be like, you know, a VIP gold member and be on the core council and make decisions and meet, you know, 10, 12, 15 hours a month, you know, trying to figure out what we're going to do. So we need to acknowledge these people that are giving of that much time and talent and treasure. To be the VIP gold members, the ones who are truly, truly so involved and so engaged in this center, and they're making the big decisions. And so we have an individual who is completing her term of office. Actually, she had to do a little bit more than her term of office, because in the middle of her term we switched the rules and said, no, you got to stay a little bit longer, you know, and be a part of that. So I want to acknowledge her as she's completing her term. So I'd like to invite up here to share the stage with me for this moment, Kelly Lorich. Yeah. So Kelly has been the heart and the beauty and the presence and the positivity of our council. And I have to speak on behalf of all of the council members, on behalf of all of our congregation, all of our members, and on behalf of my own, you know, my own personal pleasure of having this opportunity to have worked with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm a little verklempt. I loved it. It's wonderful. I'm so happy to be here. I'm not going anywhere. You're going to see me everywhere, in the kitchen, in the office, in the bookstore, in the lobby. I'll be everywhere. Yeah. So thank you all.
Thank you. And now I want to invite up the two newly elected members of our core council, Kim O'Connor and Carol Atwood. If you would please come up. These are the individuals that our members elected on Friday evening to represent you at that leadership team and helping us direct and vision and know where we are going as a center. And I want them to be joined by all of the rest of our current council. So the council members, please came up. Thank you for thinking of that. So this is our core council installation. The opportunity when we get to bring in and bless all of those who are now our core council. And so over here we have Tom Nelson, who is our current treasurer. Of course, you now know Carol Atwood, who's newly elected, Cam O'Connor, who's newly elected, Paul Heater, who is the chair of our core council, George Melton, who is our diligent secretary, our corporate secretary.